Live.
We
All
are
right.
live. Stop it.
Literally live. Don't ask any questions.
Yes. Yeah. Backroom channel talking. All right.
It's just locker room talk. That shit gets you elected.
No.
Someone's duplicating.
It's probably me. No, it's not me. Is it me? Could it? It's very well. It could still be me.
Is something loud?
There we go.
All right.
Testing.
Good,
That
good on my
is
end.
Still good?
Solid audio quality.
Okay.
All right. Well, now that we worked through that we'll just have Prim clean that up before it goes on YouTube.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah. All right.
So now we're live.
Yes. So I am going to load up the table because apparently I am on the wrong table. That'll cause some
Live part
problems.
2. Revengeance.
So I decided we are not going to be rolling for obligation this time. And the reason for that is you guys are in the thick of it. You have enough problems to worry about. You're not going to be distracted by some like, oh God, did I turn off the oven?
Generating fresh obligation as we speak.
Exactly. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing like how much obligation actually gets gone and how much you take on by your actions over the next couple of sessions.
I'm unfamiliar with the rules on this subject. Is there an actual way to calculate in-game generation of new obligation?
Yes, it's called GM discretion.
Oh no.
We're doomed.
I think there's like an official way to do it, but like anything in games, it's what do I feel is fair?
We've so far broken the system, it's not even funny.
Mm-hmm. We're homebrew for a reason.
That's right.
All right, so let's roll those beautiful fate dice. Let's do that. All dark side. All dark side. Oh.
You're getting what you asked for. You're getting exactly what you asked for. You got to roll
Go
yours.
for it, guys. I'll roll light.
No. Now you got to roll.
Yeah, GM rolls too.
You're gonna roll our only light side.
Come on, light.
There we go.
Hey.
All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dark side.
I believe that all computer programs are already sentient and they are watching us and responding in kind.
We've been siphoning all of the good luck out of this random number generator to use in Roll20.
This actually plays perfectly into some things I wanted to do, so I'm real happy for that.
Because it's a new session, do I get to reset any of my wounds or strain?
You get to reset your strain. Wounds aren't going to be reset, though, because you haven't really... Even though the session ended, we haven't really changed scenes or act or anything for you to, like, disengage from combat. Yeah,
there's still people shooting at me.
Yeah, you just murdered someone, but...
Self-defense.
It's not self-defense when you go up and put a gun to someone's head and say hello by pulling a trigger.
Preemptive self-defense.
So, based on this conversation, Ginkgo, why don't you recap how last session went from the views of IG?
We had a brief conversation in the galley or the gallery banquet room where we came to the group consensus that we were being betrayed by oh gosh, what's her name? Eris Shen and her who is probably scheming behind her husband Vorst Tabrith's back to try and I don't know, she's doing something sketchy. But prior to that, we had thought we overheard a conversation where our de facto group leader, our Brad Pitt, I don't
Toshkreth.
remember his name. Somebody help me out here.
Toshkreth.
Cool, that guy. We think he's being held by this mob boss husband, and he was off to interrogate him. So we set off to follow him back to his hideout, and a grenade went off. So he was kind of stunned a little bit, I think. And his bodyguards were dragging him away. So the IG unit blasted a couple of their heads off.
Mhm.
Just a couple.
I mean, they weren't using them.
So, can anyone recap for me what happened in the elevator?
I only know one man who was there.
It's none of us except for Ren.
Yeah, I didn't take the elevator down.
Yes, Ren, please share with the class. What did you do in the elevator?
Nothing. I may have tripped and accidentally stabbed somebody. A lot.
Just one. 50% is not bad.
I tripped and it just went in.
What?
It slipped afterward and went in a couple times, I think, too. Blood's very slick.
All right. So yeah, that's the gist of it.
We are now downstairs in 2 separate firefights and having a great old time.
What? No, it's all the same firefight at this point.
I gotta pull this up real quick.
Hmm.
Just for the record,
Oh.
everyone
think we're-
has. You have one bonus momentum currently.
Everyone?
Whoever wants to use it
Or-
first,
Okay, so it's shared, yeah.
you can thank Cranky Old Mage for that.
I refuse to thank Cranky. He knows what he did.
Oh, come now. We thank Ginkgo all the time, and he actively tries to kill us.
This is true.
This is true.
All right, we got to remind Church to turn off the momentum setback dice when he's running D&D.
Oh, but it's fun.
It has become quite funny.
Hey, do you guys use them on D&D?
He's not been willing to use the disadvantage against us more than once, but we use the boosts all the time.
All right, then Church needs to mark when he uses them. All right, so we're just gonna go with Crankies for now until we can clean up what's already been used.
That means we get to keep all of them.
No. All right, so you're in the gallery, or you're out of the gallery. You're actually more on the main floor, where the actual exhibits are. So let me pull up on OBS that map real quick. And then I'll post, you know what, I'm not going to post it in Discord. You guys should have written down your own maps. You visited there a few times. So you find yourself at the gallery, and you're actually going to, we're going to say the elevator section of it is going to be near like the south side. Let me see if I can do this without. So we're going to say this section by the utility closet is where the elevators are in it. So in the middle main hall is where you guys just got into this firefight. The main crew is by the entrance up top. And you have 2 guards there who are just kind of sneaking out and kind of in defensive positions. And their boss has been hunkered down behind the desk by the front entrance. And the one thing,
Didn't I run out of the elevator and kill somebody as well? Like end somebody that had already been wounded? I'm pretty sure I did.
yes, You
That's
guys
right.
have killed pretty much everyone except, I think, a security guard in a stairwell.
Is he still there?
Yes,
He's very
Yes.
frozen right now.
he is, but that's where we are going to flip the first dark side token. And let's see, what does your guys' sheets? Do they have perception in here? I want to see.
Yes, they do. They also have
Something like
vigilance, which
that.
is more for if like something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I can go ahead and put that out there that most likely something bad is about to happen.
Everyone roll perception for me.
Against
Okay.
what difficulty?
2 purple.
Okay.
2 purple.
Yep.
Dead even.
1 failure, no successes, 1 advantage, 1 failure.
I'm in a bloodlust.
Okay.
1 success. All right.
You
3
guys
threats.
rock those rolls.
I'm finally getting to play my role.
Delta, you actually start to notice from where you're standing, you start to hear the buzz of these hollow fields that are starting to block off certain corridors of the museum.
Okay. Yeah. Delta is going to keep alert just so I can use vigilance in the future. Because she wants to doesn't want to get anyone to get the drop on her. She's going to mention this to the others. They're starting to block off some of the exits.
What do you mean block off?
Ray shielding.
Hollow fields. Let's get moving. And were you going after anybody? Is there anybody escaping? Because there was a guy that just went by us, like just went by down the way.
Somebody's still alive?
What the mob boss was very knocked out by the concussion grenade.
Yes.
But somebody was taking him along.
His friend dragged him, like his lackey dragged him
What
to
are
the
we
security
standing
booth.
around here for?
Let's go.
We're not. I'm still death marching forward toward the security booth.
Okay.
I will
I
catch
can
up.
just
Do not
picture IG stomping along with Ren stroking the back of his head, going, yes, there's murder to be done.
I'd say you're gonna proceed towards the security desk.
As they do all toward detours,
Okay.
off to the, I believe, the east wing, wherein the jewel is being held.
Okay. Room number 7. So you'll be cutting through
Yes.
this one room because the main door of 7 is actually going to be locked off. So there's 2 ways in. Both of them are going to be locked.
Oh, yeah.
Arden, what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what we're still, because the doors are being blocked off here. So I'm still trying to grasp the situation, and I am realizing where we're at and trying to prepare to unlock the doors or to bypass security systems.
So
I'm back onto my data pad here and starting to access the information that I've already been logged into.
you start to notice all of the channels that you were in previously are starting to lock down.
Guys, we got a problem. They're locking us down. Something's going on.
Yes, it's certainly time to leave. As he continues to not leave and starts walking towards 7.
Okay. Alto, are you going to need a backup where you're going?
Depends upon this door, really, as he reaches out and starts examining the borders of it for shock mounts and, give the handle a jiggle and starts analyzing the door, Chance. I would love to analyze the door.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Would it be mechanics?
Okay. What difficulty?
With your experience in previous scope, we'll do 1 purple.
Fair enough. Ah, that hurts. But 2 advantages. What do I get?
So you don't really see any clear-cut way to kind of disengage the locks. However, you've ran into this type of technology before, and you know there's typically a control room that can be used to override settings. There's also a keypad that can be used.
All right. What I'd like to do, if you don't mind, I'll burn a force token for this. Altor's really a mechanical compromise kind of guy. Let's say he can pry off that keypad, and behind it is a mechanism that he will attempt to overcome through technical means.
I like it.
Maybe that mechanism could open the little service door. IG Roomba could get in, do its thing.
I'll leave that up to chance, whatever this happens to achieve. My only desire from the force token is that he gets a shot at it.
We'll leave IG Romba to IG if he wants to use a force dice to insert a story element.
But in that case, Altor, he just pulls a little pry bar out of his pocket. He says, yeah, all this technology. He shoves it behind the keypad and just pulls it off the wall.
What's
behind
that
it.
line from it's a space mission, space movie? American components, Russian components, all made in Taiwan.
Armageddon.
Yes.
Well, you just offended all our Russian watchers.
They have thicker skin than that.
Trigger warning.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But tell me what I see. I would love to see something mechanical I can work with. Any electronic that's securing a door has an actuator of some kind.
Yeah. So when you get inside, where normally you do get inside and you see there's a bunch of wires and things for the actual control panel, roll for this with you 2 advantages. Go ahead and roll another mechanics check. Let's say electrician will fall under mechanics. Roll a 1 purple mechanics check with 2 boost dice.
All right.
It should only be 1, but I'm going to give it to you.
Hey,
Really?
triumph.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, good. Try it. So from this, you actually find and recognize a way. You see there's a red wire, a yellow wire, a green, and a brown. And just by looking at it, you've seen this kind of wire work in the past with this specific model keypad. And you know that there's actually a short that you can do by connecting the green and the brown wire. And by doing that, you connect it and you hear the door start to slide open. It gets about, I'd say, the third of the way up and stalls out.
Said, all right, I shall narrate my activities. He's poking around back there and he says, HS-12B, have not even grounded shielding. Watch. And it starts to roll up and he's rubbing his hands together and then it stops. And then he says,
I think Delta stayed behind. So I'm assuming this is going on while we're also going after the other guy.
Yep.
Because they're
You guys have
dead
split
line
the
before he
party.
gets away. So I think Delta would have stayed behind until Azra gave her the, hey, go ahead with the others.
he is absorbed in his work, so he probably would not have done that just yet.
Okay. I don't want to force anyone else out of the scene. Does anyone else want to be in this? Like, the Altor part? Okay. So, Delta is going to look at it. Do you need me to lift it?
what is the lift force on this door when it's not got any assist on it? Chance, I believe I would be able to estimate this.
What was the question?
How much force would it take to physically lift this door if the lifting mechanism is jammed?
You wouldn't be. What's your brawn?
My brawn, not much. Delta's probably better.
Yeah, I have I have 4 brawn, and effectively mechanical strength because of this power gauntlet, and cybernetic arm. Yay!
Altor says, "I would love to see you try."
Yeah, you can give it a go, Delta.
Okay, give me a hand, forearms. And she's going to like get down low and like hook her cybernetic arm and her mechanical braced arm. She's going to lift as hard as she can.
All right, so go ahead and roll. We'll say it's an athletics or no, not a brawl.
I punched the shit out of the door.
I think athletics will be the most fitting for this.
Okay. How will my assistance impact? Because Altor has gotten on the door as well as requested.
He'll get a boost dice for that.
Take your boost.
Or a boost, or I'll even say if you want to upgrade one of the green to a gold, I'd allow that.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
And what's the difficulty?
It's going to be 3 purple.
Okay.
Altor will be very impressed. This thing takes probably 700 pounds of force to shift if the mechanism's frozen.
1 success.
One success and 1 advantage. I just want to note, while she has mechanical strength in her arms, she only has limited mechanical strength on her spinal cord and no cybernetics on her legs. So she's like
monstrous.
So while you're on, like you're just pure brawn lifting, like deadlifting this up from what would be like your knees. You get it right about to your pecs, and you just hear the strain and screech of the metal locking mechanism just snap, and the door just shoots up into the ceiling.
Just hands triumphant in the air. Never skip leg day.
You know, it's first time I have seen this model compromised by anything short of Wookiee.
Let's get going before the blood catches up with my head and I pass out.
Yes. Only 1 second. Should only be 1 second. And Altor is across the room to look for the jewel.
And during this time, Delta is going to do something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to like lean against the wall, catching her breath, and she's going to radio to her sister. Sister, I think it's time for a walk to the bar. And I guess I should spend a force token for this. But what Delta wants is to have had her sister outside, like near the establishment, essentially.
Okay.
And the plan is simple. Delta's sister, this is the middle one, is dressed up like Delta. Advantage of wearing clothing, fully clothing, is it's easy to conceal yourself as somebody else. And she's going to have her sister walk out, getting caught by security cameras, being seen walking to the bar along the road. And it's Delta's basically just making herself an alibi. I couldn't have done this because I was at the bar. Didn't you see the security feeds?
Yeah. Flip one of those dice. I'm okay. I like that.
Okay.
Or tokens, not dice.
And that'll be all I'll be doing for now.
Okay.
Feel free to meanwhile back at the ranchos if you want to get the combat flowing. I'm very curious to see what they're up to. Because the next thing I'm going to do is try and compromise that box, and I think it might take a while.
Yeah, so you went and you're looking into the room, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
All right, I'm going to share that picture with you because that's what you're going to see inside the room.
I can't wait for the picture to just be a bunch of like turrets pointed at us.
There's a dude with a gun in the back.
All
I
right.
don't know if it's present in the in reality.
So that's a picture. We'll get to the description later. All right.
Mhm.
IG and murder hobo number 2. You're making your way. You're just like
Number
you're stalking your way down this hall, and it's just like it's one of those moments. Like if this was the Wild West, it'd be like, all right, let me do that again. It's the pressure of people watching. Wah wah wah.
You're trying.
Yeah.
You're trying.
So you get to. I feel like this is like a Star Wars Dr. Seuss book. Murder hobo number 1, murder hobo number 2. So you get about, I'd say, halfway down the hall, and a stray blaster shot just whizzes past both you and IG. And the guy from the door, he's got cover behind the door. He just pops out, takes the shot, and he shouts to you, "If you know what's good for you, you're going to stay where you're at."
You will stand down.
Who the hell do you think you are? Don't you know who
You
this
have
is?
no authority here.
What's the distance?
It's going, you're going to be scale-wise, you're going to be, you have close, and then you'll be medium. Your blaster
quick?
distance.
How quick could I close the to knife distance is what I want to know.
If we want to roll for initiative, it would be like 1 round of movement.
Is it just the one guy?
There's 2 guys there, plus the unconscious gentleman.
Straight hall? Walls on either side?
Yes. There are openings on the left and right side if you wanted to duck into like the cafeteria or an exhibit, as long
Does
as
it
it's
reopen multiple entrances?
not to get where they're at. It is like walled off.
They're shooting us from the only door to the room that they're in.
Right. And then
At least from there's
behind
an
them,
exit behind them.
exactly, which is the big glass doors.
Can I invoke a stress point to close the distance and attack in one room?
I believe you can. I believe that.
It gets you an extra maneuver.
Right. So your movement would be 1 maneuver, and your attack would be another, I believe. Urban, does that sound right?
Sounds right.
The attack
I
is
missed the whole first part, but yes, you get 1 maneuver, 1 attack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your movement would be 1 to close the distance, and then you'd take 1 point of strain to engage in combat.
Let me just take a point of strain here.
Before you do.
No, if it's just those, he gets them both for free. You get 1 maneuver, 1 action. And then if you want to take 2 whole maneuvers, you can suffer strain for it.
So I could attack twice? Is that what you're saying?
No, maneuvers can't attack. Only actions can attack.
So
Okay.
1 maneuver is moving within short range. 1 maneuver would be moving between engaged and short. So you'd have to be short to do engaged.
So I would still need the strain to close the distance and
Right.
attack.
Yeah.
Because there's
Okay.
1 maneuver would move from medium to
You
short.
get to increment.
Right. So since you're medium, you'd go medium short.
Okay.
And then you'd have to go into engaged.
Well, in that case, the one that fired the weapon is my target.
Okay.
He's the one I want to close on and attack. I'm standing behind IG, still stroking his head and saying, "Murder, yes, murder." Do we need initiative first, or?
Yes, we do. Because there is a very real chance they get to shoot you as you're running.
Nah.
All right.
Sure we can't intimidate them to stand down?
You can try.
I'll let you try that first.
All right. I removed initiative rolling.
All right.
You must understand, when IG says you have no authority here, He says that to anybody, and he means you have no authority while I'm still in the room.
Indeed. It's just those 2 guards and the mob boss, right?
And the unconscious Vorse, yes.
So we don't really need to try and deceive anyone on our intentions here.
It turns out we never needed to do that.
No, I mean, though, if there were like other authorities, like local authorities, we got I've got an idea for getting out of that, but yeah, just these ones have no authority here.
Okay.
Can I provide covering fire while Ren closes the distance? Kind of like just continual blaster fire against the door frames so they can't peek out and take a counter shot at him?
Yeah, I believe that's an action. You can. You can do something like that, but it's going to come down to initiative. So you guys want to go to initiative mode?
One last
I got nothing to
statement.
say to these guys.
It is suggested you run while my blasters warm up, meat.
Do you want that to be your intimidation?
Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
All right.
Does that work?
Can I
find out.
can I affect it as I slowly lick the blood from my lips behind him, glaring at them menacingly?
I will give him a boost dice for that.
This crazy guy stroking a robot's hand.
So yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
What is intimidation? What skill check is that?
You trying to intimidate?
Yeah.
Coercion, maybe?
Yeah, that'd
Is
be
that
a coercion.
coercion?
Yeah.
Okay, and I get a.
So you're not trying to negotiate.
No, I'm not. How many setbacks?
How many do you want?
None.
None?
That'll be it'll be 3 purple for difficulty. You'll
Gosh.
You'll get 1 blue for the boost from Church's maneuver.
Okay, I'm not very persuasive.
Ouch.
1 failure, 1 advantage.
Um,
How do you not have better coercion?
He's not a people person.
I'm not a people person.
He's an
I'm a
IT
murder
unit.
droid.
That counts for something.
so
Nope.
yeah, no. How do you want to create an advantage for Church as he's about to start running in?
I don't know. I suppose covering fire so that he can close the distance without them peeking around the door frame and taking a shot at him while he's vulnerable and moving.
That'd work. I'm
He
actually
lied about the blasters warming up. They're always hot.
Oh, always.
They were already warm.
I'm gonna flip one of those dark side tokens, and Church, as you're about to start taking off towards the door, you notice come piling in through the front door are 8 different purple trench coated figures like the ones you were engaged with.
8?
Yes. They don't seem to kind of carry themselves in the same way with the bodyguards that you were engaged with. But they do make their way over directly to Vorse. One of them starts checking him out, kind of taking a pulse, nods to the others, and they start waving some like salts under his nose.
So it's like that.
If that guy gets up, we're actually going to have a bit of a problem.
So would you like to continue?
Hmm. 8 people.
Now the odds are even.
What do you think, IG? You think we can take them?
What species are they? Like
Humanoid.
humanoid? Well, humanoids are, in my experience, one of the finest game species. Perhaps it's time to go humanoid hunting.
Is that a yes? We can take them?
It was always a yes.
Golly. It's just the two of us here, isn't it?
Yes.
We can't let him get away, though.
This may be the end of us if we do this.
He gave you his card, didn't he?
Yes.
So we know where he's going.
More or less. Take a pot shot at him and let's bail. What do you say? Take a pot shot at Borscht himself.
I mean, that's the only way out of this building.
Is
Through him
well, we came through an elevator.
to a different floor in the same building.
We can go back
That
up
was the
through
front.
it, okay?
That was the front door that we came in through.
And I'm just because it's been a little while, it's not the only exit.
Oh, good.
And you guys did identify that during your scoping out.
Oh, okay.
Really wanted to kill these guys too. I'm going to take this personal.
I mean, so out of character, the guys that are here, do they seem like soldiers or mooks, so to speak? Okay,
These
so
are
you're
mook
outnumbered,
level.
but
Mook level opponents. Now, they could be very
Wow.
deadly mooks.
Minions still hurt.
yeah, but the odds are better now.
That's right.
Right, so we've probably talked way more than we should have.
All right.
I'm going to look over at IG and like
I can't stand down. We can't turn off.
are we murdering? We're murdering.
We're murdering. I
All
can't.
right,
I can't turn
let's
this
murder.
off once it
Let's
gets
just
going.
do this.
So during this banter, you actually notice Vorse is like you see from through the door, his figures start to just stand up as he pulls himself up off the ground, lifting him, like grabbing onto the desk and just like heaving himself up.
Do I have a line of fire?
He would have cover, but you could try and take a shot.
I will try to take a shot, even if he's behind cover.
You still have that
end this
advantage
quick.
that you haven't used yet.
Okay. So, yeah. Ranged light boost.
Plug him.
Two
No.
purples and a black
to
because he's
roll
behind
initiative.
cover.
We have to roll
Oh.
initiative.
Have to abide by the combat mechanics.
Yes. So you guys can actually roll if you want vigilance here. I'll give you whichever you want to roll.
I assume that I and probably Delta are both out of initiative here, being in another room.
That would be correct.
Arden's out still too, right?
You could be, but I would say you'd be at long range.
Where am I at here? Because I picture myself still at the front desk area.
They're at the front desk area.
Did you move up with them?
I have not moved yet because I was kind of wanting to. Last I picked up was I was figuring out what was going on, and then I didn't go anywhere from there. So
you'll still be in like the near back area. You have line of sight of everything that's going on, but you'd be long range.
Vigilance, you said, right?
Yeah, I'd let you roll whatever you guys want.
Clicking, clicking, clicking. The kids at home probably can't hear the blinking noise.
the NPCs that I'm adding. Let's see. I got to roll for these guys.
For all the Ren fans at home, I'm sorry if I die right here. You can still send all your fanfic to homebrewrp@gmail.com.
I feel like I don't know if Ren or IG would like this would come to them just be given how they are very murdery in their fighting. So it's kind of curious if Arden would. The stun grenade did a lot of strain damage, and if he's back up, his strain pool is probably still injured, right?
Do you have any
Maybe.
medical background?
Don't know.
I would not know jack shit about jack shit other than the fact he's still breathing. I have to admit that because Ren is a very simple man.
Delta has
Yeah.
probably stunned and gassed a good number of people over the course of her career, though.
Yeah, Delta has, but I don't think she hasn't communicated this to the party, so it's up to them for their interpretations. Good luck.
All right, so initiative rolled.
Yeah, I'm rolling for the thugs real quick. You know what? I'm gonna let them go at the end because I want to see how this plays out. I'm just gonna put them all at the end.
Well, mechanically speaking, are they minions?
Only one of them is. But I'm gonna say because Vorse was unconscious, he's still gaining his composure. That'll put him at the end, and the thugs are more in a defensive stance rather than an offensive one. So it'll let you guys go first.
All right.
So pick who you guys want to go first.
Arden, can you kill the lights?
All right. So first thing I got to do is I'm heading for cover. I'm heading for that desk. There's nobody behind that desk, correct?
You're not talking about the front desk, right?
Well, that's where I thought we were at.
No,
they are using the front desk against us.
Right. So
I'm sorry, where?
You're at the back. They are. I'm adjusting the screen. So I just slid the map down.
Yeah.
So you're like right off screen where that 3 is. The other guys are about halfway to the door, and the enemies are in the room number 2. Vorse is pulling himself up off the desk, and
I completely misunderstood where we were at. I thought we were in area 2. Okay. That would be okay. I need to get to a terminal. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm because what's going on, I realize that the systems are locking down. I want to be physically plugged into the terminal. So I'm looking for an access terminal.
Are you saying anything about this out loud?
I'm trying to get
during scouting and mission prep.
No, I'm asking, are you saying you need a terminal out loud?
I haven't yet. I looked around looking for a terminal, trying to find out where I'm at. So I'm sorry, my mind. I thought we were in room 2. That's my understanding. So my bad.
That's fine.
This is that flashback moment where, like,
I know
Ren sharing a beer during the race. He tells you that there's an access panel in room 11.
That's right. Okay, so
if you want to flip a token, I'd allow it.
Go for it.
He was just so kind as to give us one back.
Yes, I will flip that token because I needed to find the nearest access point so that I'm not locked out of the system. I'm trying to actively fight whatever's trying to lock us out.
Room 10 would be the gift shop, So
Okay.
in the gift shop, there's going to be the whole like register area, and there's going to be
Okay.
an access panel in there.
All right. So
I was going to say then there's also the cafeteria just south of that.
Okay.
with the
Yeah, I'm
flooded
gonna go ahead
toilet.
and I'm gonna head to that gift room because I run around that corner, realizing the combat is about to start. I run across to the cabinet there, and Arden, being completely clumsy in this whole aspect, he tries to slide across the table like like slide across the car of the hood, and he's like trying to pull off his suit that he's still in because it's too tight for him. He's loosening his neck. He finds the terminal and he accesses the port there, and he's trying to actively defend against anything that's trying to lock him out.
Okay. So this is going to be a 3 purple check,
Okay.
and that's with you using the hardline terminal. So you roll a computers check with 3 purple.
Okay.
You're going to have 2 black setback dice added because of who you're going to have to go against, of who's locking you out.
Oh no.
Okay. So
Uh-oh.
as
I was still on premises.
Lobot is online.
okay, I do have code breaker, which removes a black.
Okay, that's good.
And would this be considered defensive slicing?
No, this would be offensive slicing.
Okay, when defending. Okay. All right, so I guess I add a black.
All right.
Okay, 1 success and 1 triumph.
That's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, you actually you do notice this is Lobot that's starting to lock you out. However, you came prepared. You've kind of relished this moment of going against someone like this to an extent. And the adrenaline of the fighting, of going against Lobot, you're just in the zone. Like you see code as if it were the Matrix. And you're able to slip through any of the subroutines and get into the electrical. Was it the electrical system you wanted, or what did you want to do?
Okay, I'm looking. At this moment, I hear Ren asking about killing lights. Correct? Probably about then.
Well, that was IG.
IG. I'm sorry. IG. So IG asks kill lights. I'm hearing that over the comm saying yes. Okay, go ahead. So immediately, I'm just looking as I'm trying to think of team wise. I'm thinking, okay, kill the lights because that's what he asked for. So that's my immediate response to kill the lights. So yes, I guess that'd be electrical.
Okay.
Can I growl 3 words at him?
I'm probably not near you, but yes, you could try. I guess my
Oh, I'll shout it. I'm not trying to hide it. Is that okay? Is that acceptable as a free action?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to say
Go ahead.
lock the doors.
all right.
I don't want them escaping. They're all dying.
Lock them all down.
So I would say doors or lights. It's one or the other. At least in this one turn.
Yeah. All right. So if I'm going for lights, what am I looking for here?
I'm just because of the triumph, you pull it off.
Okay.
You're going to actually, because of the success, you're going to pull off the lights being cut, which will give a boost dice to your I'd say the boost dice to every one of your companions
Okay.
for the next round. as well as the Triumph is going to allow them to upgrade one of their next green checks for combat from a green to a yellow.
Mhm.
All right. So I immediately over the comm I yell, "All right, guys, I'm in. I can help. Lobot's online. He is actively against us right now."
I have no idea what that means.
I met that one. More machine than man.
Even if they don't know who he is, I'm excited about it.
It's like, I met that one. More machine than man. You're fucked, Arden.
All right. So
Anyway, so
that was.
So are the
Arden's
lights
turn.
coming down?
Yeah, the
They are
lights.
down.
It's more or less pitch black. You actually notice as the lights cut, there are some little flood security lights that actually will shine on the various pieces of artwork on the wall, and there will be some real dim like runner lights that run kind of across the floor, and they just kind of slowly flicker in the direction of any emergency exits.
So I'm going to need a ruling on this. Some of it's going to be like the whole cool rule thing. So I'm sure you'll go with it. I want to know if IG and I can go at the same time.
No.
Well, there's a reason.
You can go one after each other.
There's a reason I want to go at the same time.
Okay.
Since it's pitch black, while he's firing like his laser pistols, I want to use the light from the beams flashing down the hallway to guide myself down as I go to murderous stabation on the victims.
Wait, start
I'm
over.
totally for this. He wants to use my blaster fire as strobe lighting to identify and target his victims.
Yeah, I mean, so because all the PCs are going first, and actually this came up weird on how it did it. So we'll start with PC 1. That's him who went. We're going to go a little backwards. So it'll be IG goes next, and IG can do that, but it's going to depend on his dice if he can set you up any boost like you're looking for. Because you don't have any story element tokens to use.
We don't. Let's see. Where's Cranky?
We haven't used the boost he gave us.
That's for bonus momentum, but it's close. So yeah, we'll say like if you want to use that bonus to insert, yeah, it's close enough. So yeah, go for it. IG, you got to roll the hit though.
Okay. So I get a bonus, and
Not you, unless you want to use it. Then Ren's kind of SOL.
oh, sorry, Ren gets the bonus. Sorry.
You can
2
use
purple
it if you
setbacks.
want. Don't let Ren take the
No,
glory.
it's okay. I'm gonna let Ren take the glory. But I'm trying to remember the name of that movie. Do you remember that movie? Fuck.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Christian Bale. No, it was like Christian Bale like 20 years ago.
The Sound of
Oh.
Music.
He was like the
No, I know what you're talking about with the gun katas.
yeah
Terry
that
Pratchett.
he like clears a room real badass like in the dark.
Yeah, the gun katas.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. Hell yes. Amazing movie. So much fun.
That's it.
So you're doing a robot equilibrium?
Yeah, we're gonna do one of those. We're just gonna like blast into this
Yes.
dark room. Well, it's all dark and they can't track us appropriately, and we're just gonna
You
use
see-
our
You see why I wanted to go at the same time now, because that's just a cool visual.
right.
Yeah, and since you guys are back to back, that's no problem to do. It's not like there's an NPC in between. And even then,
Well,
we
and
could
then-
work this out story-wise.
I figured if they were returning fire, like because the IG unit rotates at the waist, like it can keep Ren kind of blocked off a little bit too.
So you guys are just kind of marching down the hall. Ren kind of hiding behind IG as he marches, shooting non-stop consecutive shots at the walls.
Yeah, I mean basically like targeted shots to kind of deter return fire. But yeah,
Are you trying to hit them, or are you just like random shots?
when I get into the room, I'm trying to shoot to kill.
So
But
you
until I get to the room, I'm just trying to suppress them.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just say from a story element standpoint, that goes off no problem. You get to the door, so you're like just entered the room, and Ren has kind of moved with you to there. So that'll be
Cool.
Ren's first round of movement to get into the room to do the whole like strain thing that we were talking about.
Murder time.
Yes, you are now in short range, and you can do a strain to take an action.
Got the strain. Murder time. Okay, so we're going full on melee.
With the two at the door.
Yeah, I'm murdering. I'm murdering. That's my goal. Murder everybody.
Just
They're
so
all
I
dying.
can track left side door or right side of the door.
I'm picturing right side.
Okay.
So I got my melee ready. How many bonuses do I get? I know I got loads of bonuses here. 1 blue dice.
1 blue dice, and you get to upgrade a green to a yellow.
Oh, can I
Does man
do
even
that?
have any green dice
You
on
can-
stabbing?
Actually, if you use the blue that Cranky gave, you can get 2 blue dice.
Okay. So I upgrade a green to a yellow and get 2 blue dice.
Correctamundo.
Anything else?
Yes, you can get a setback
One
dice for
of-
being greedy.
No, I mean, like you haven't said any purples or anything. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
One of the dudes by the door got winged in the back of the shoulder while he was dragging the dude away.
Because I will skip purples if you want me
Yeah,
to. I just
no,
didn't want to take
I'm
that
double
away from you.
checking. I'm double checking. I think melee is 2 purple, but it might be 1.
1 purple.
2. Let's go 2.
2. Two it is. Okay, it's a lot of dice. Here we go. I launch into my murderous rage. 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Professional.
So yeah, you definitely hit. What's all right? Read off your stats, because like you have a bunch of skills that like ignore piercing and do like a bunch of like find an artery, bleed out type stuff, right?
Lethal blows, feral strength, and knockdown.
I don't have those memorized. Tell me what they do.
Okay. Dang it. You always ask me this.
Uh-huh.
It's not on my sheet. Hang on. It's in the Empire.
You've had 11 sessions to write this stuff down.
I don't write stuff down. I'm a murder hobo. Hang on.
Like I
So-
think you ignore soak, right?
I believe that's right. We've lost our resident.
Pierce
short is on.
ignores a certain amount of soak.
Right. What number pierce do you have? Is it a 1 pierce, 2 pierce, 3 pierce more?
Let me see. The actual damage of the weapon itself is damage 1, 2 crit.
So it's the +1. So you use your brawn +1.
And it has a pierce of 2.
So it ignores 2 soak.
So 3 plus 2. You said brawn plus soak or plus damage plus what?
So
Brawn +1.
yeah, brawn +1. Let me pulling up your sheet now.
Thank you.
So your brawn is 3.
So I'm having a hard my book's not pulling up for some reason.
So your brawn is 3.
Oh,
You get +1 from the weapon, so that's 4.
4,
And then you get 2 for Pierce, which is essentially 6.
6.
And you just slip right
Yeah.
underneath his arm. Knife goes in, direct hit. Blood just starts to run down his side.
That's lovely.
Land
I
a
like
solid
that.
blow. He's still standing though.
See, there weren't any crits in that, so there's no second attack, right? They said it was the crit that landed the second.
Or 2 advantages.
Okay, I've only got the one.
Right. Is 2 advantages give a crit, or is it 3?
You can either. So for that weapon, it is a 2 advantage critical.
There you go. All right. So you were 1 advantage short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still stabbed the hell out of him.
Yeah. And
So
he's feeling it.
with the advantage I got, can I use the advantage?
How do you want to use it?
So I bolted at the guy like full run, right? And I brought the daggers up under the ribs, butcher style, kind of how you'd slaughter a pig. And sorry, I have to use these terms. I'm Ren. I want to lift him up and like kind of lean back a little bit, so like I'm face to face with the guy, but his back is to them. Body shielding, kind of holding him up with the knife. Just grant myself a little cover if I can.
You're trying to like a knife grapple?
Yeah, I don't. Logistically, I have issues with lifting someone up with a knife like that, a vibro knife.
Not like off his feet. Not off his feet. I'm just talking about like I'm holding him in place in front of me.
Okay, then I'm like it's like you stabbed him in
I'm not
between
that
the
strong.
ribs, and like he's going along because of the pain. All right, yeah, I'm okay with. Like I thought you were saying like you wanted to lift him up and walk with. It's like it's gonna cut through a lot of meat and muscle there.
Rin smash.
Right.
No. I just want to hold him up and get myself some cover, basically, like so he's in front of me.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll allow it.
It hurts too bad for him to leave because he loves me so much.
So there's 4 PCs here. How many? There's only 3 of you attacking, right? Or did Delta come along?
Yay. My favorite.
Delta.
I don't think so.
I didn't roll initiative.
All right. So let me remove that slot. We got 3 PCs. All right. We're going to go like this because now we're at the NPC's turn. So the first guy who has been just stabbed and is like you're manipulating, Church.
Yeah.
He's actually going to try and attack you. And he's definitely engaged with you. He's
I didn't know he cared.
He's just going to try and kind of while grunting through the pain is going to just try and sock you in the face with his brass knuckles.
Okay.
So that will be uncheck Ren. I don't want this rolling for you. So it'll be 2 purple for him. He's going to have a setback because of how you're manipulating him. And I'm actually going to upgrade one of his purples to a red just because of the whole situation. It's dark. You surprised him. He's got a knife embedded in his ribs. So it's just going to be that much more difficult for him to land a solid hit on you.
Nice. I'm all about that.
Ooh, so he definitely fails. He does land kind of a glancing blow off of you.
Hmm.
which is going to not really disorient you, but it's going to throw you off a little bit to where you're going to have at least a setback on your next either check or attack.
Okay. Setback.
Yep.
All right.
And then we're going to go with the other NPC who is on the left side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try and take a blaster shot against, I think it's a blaster. What has he got? He's got a blaster pistol. So he's going to try and shoot IG. Give him a setback because it's dark. All right. So IG, he failed and generated a threat.
You're damn right he did.
So we're going to say he came out of this little nook that he was hiding in to shoot at you. And in the process of shooting, he forgets to go back into his cover. So he's lost any cover that he had because of the threat.
Nice.
We're going to move on to the other 8 people.
Oh.
Who are
Sitting here sharing their initiative.
yeah. They're like
Okay, firing squad, go.
exactly. That's it's gonna be like all just blind firing at
In the dark.
yeah. I would yeah. I'm gonna roll. I'm just gonna we're gonna see if they hit anything first, and then I'll figure out who they hit because they're gonna hit either Ren, the shield, or IG, and we're gonna leave.
I'm open for the shield.
Yeah.
Let's put that out there now.
They could hit their own dudes too.
This is true.
I can't hear you, Urban.
Oh yeah, you're muted.
All right, I'm muted. A rule moment here is this is a perfect opportunity for the what we call the minion stats, because they all roll at once and they all combine their attacks together. So, if, for example, the range blast or whatever their stat is, the base guy's stat gets like whatever it is, 2 greens, but for every one it upgrades 1. So, like if you have 4 in a group, it would be 2 greens, then it would upgrade a yellow, and add 2 greens to that. So the 4 have a good advantage as 1 roll. And that's how you can kind of group them together as groups. And as 1 dies off, each of those advantages disappears. Each one of those things disappears. So anyway,
Is this man about to roll 4 yellows?
No,
Okay.
it's gonna be 2 yellows and 2 greens.
Okay.
With
but that's
2.
all. But that would be 4 together is how that would roll.
Is that
So,
4 together?
Well, the exact. Well, I mean, if I'm saying,
No,
if
you're
I'm
right.
understanding how this works.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, it is 4 purple or 4 yellow.
Whoa, okay, hold on a second.
He's got 8 there. I can't imagine them having any less than a single green for a gunnery attack.
They got 2
Yeah.
green.
They got 2 green. So you have base 2,
So
you have
that
7
would,
remaining.
That would be 2 yellow, 2 green for 4 people would be rolling.
Yeah, so
But
it's
he's got 8. He's got 8.
I see. So yes,
he's got-
this is all 8 of them rolling at once.
2
So, yeah.
upgrade, green.
Just remember, I gave you guys a choice.
4 yellows and 2 greens.
In fairness, IG and I are very well aware of what we've done, I think.
I'm just stating. I see 2 NPC slots, so I was assuming 4 and 4.
No, one of them's Vorse.
Oh, okay.
I feel
Who's
bad.
nearly as dangerous as the 8 guys stacked together.
I feel bad that we've drug Arden into this, but
Arden's not in the same room as you guys.
I
Yeah, but
cleverly did.
you know they're coming after him once we're dead.
That being said, they're shooting in the dark, so there's a setback dice.
Oh,
Can I-
one
Can I take
setback.
dodge action?
Aren't those cumulative too? 1 for each.
Ouch.
8 minions.
Since it's an even 6, I'm going
Ouch.
to play it off this way because they're not all focusing fire on one person.
Good
Um,
Oh
catch.
God, that's a lot of
So
dice.
can we use this bonus momentum we just got to nullify some of this?
Let him
Thank you,
give you the
Frankie.
free advantage first and then talk about extra ones. He was about to let you off the hook.
So IG, what is your soak?
3.
All right, so IG, you are going. Let me see. Do they have any special stats? No, they don't. All right, and they're minions, so they wouldn't get any of that either. So it's just going to be straight damage. Damage is 6 from a blaster pistol. So that'll be 6 plus 1, so that's 7.
Minus 3.
No. Yeah. Yeah, minus 3. How many damage?
Is 4.
How many damage do you? How many wounds do you have?
7.
Okay.
Oh.
So you take 4 wounds from these shots. The
But-
the minion who's been used as a shield
Mhm.
also takes 4 damage and dies in front of Ren. Kind of just slides off the blade, falls to
Oh,
the
no,
ground.
I'm still holding him.
I'm going to flip this force token. He slides off the blade, falling to the ground, leaving Ren exposed. Ren, what's your soak?
3.
You also take 4 damage.
All right.
Hmm.
Also, do you ever get the feeling that you're like needed somewhere else in the world? You took a wrong path in life.
I think I make good decisions generally. Honestly.
You know what? I probably do too. I mean, I'm sure those other guys can probably handle whatever they're doing right now.
I am where I should be.
The smart one.
So
I'm where I want to be.
Yeah,
with
Altor
this,
was always the brains of the outfit.
with this Vorse, you just hear this like deep laugh kind of emanate from the darkness behind these shots that just peppered the entire group. And you just hear
Your noise gate is so powerful, it's killing that.
That's
is
hilarious.
it? Oh damn. All right. So
I saw it though. I saw it.
so you hear
He
this
minds
clapping.
at us.
You just hear this clapping.
He gave us a slow clap.
Yes.
That's extra
Golf clap.
patronizing.
So he just, you do see him step forward, and his body is just kind of outlined by the security lights that are on the floor. And we're gonna pause initiative here because he's gonna actually attempt to open some dialogue with you two. And as he moves forward, he actually pulls a cigar out of his pocket and he just lights it up. And he just takes a couple of puffs and he looks at IG, he looks at Ren. You both have like fresh scorch marks on you. And he guys says, it's been a while since someone's been so ballsy to kind of face me head on. Quiet types, aren't you?
What? Oh,
Well, I mean, it's a party. I thought you wanted to dance.
Not quite sure what you mean by that.
it's
I'm
just
gonna.
my
just-
combative nature.
I'm just gonna give him the look, the one that makes him wonder: does this guy want to sleep with me or kill me? I'm not sure.
I remind you, Rin does actually have one burning question that he probably would ask.
Oh yeah, I'm holding it.
So, might I ask, since one might say I have the high ground here. Star Wars reference.
Mhm.
Oh no.
What might I ask your end game here is?
Wait, you have something of ours.
Can't say I know what you speak of.
Someone of ours?
I mean, you'll have to be a little bit more descriptive. And there's a lot of people who owe me money, and some of them choose to pay it off in the brothels and such. But
What's his name? Shit.
Tosh, correct.
Tosh. Yes. You got my boss, Tosh. That's
Tosh, name doesn't ring a bell.
what do you mean doesn't ring a bell? We were told that you had him.
Who told you this set?
You
I'll look over at IG and be like, what the hell?
to remind you, Altor described to you overhearing Vorse's conversation with one of his subordinates regarding having somebody in custody that sounded like it would be Tosh. It could also be our good old Slicer friend, but we don't know that. We're not thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We heard,
I don't know a Tosh. What
we heard that you got him. He's my man. I'm
yeah,
obligated.
I'm afraid you've gotten some misleading information. Now, if you might provide me maybe a bit more of a description of who you've heard this from, maybe we can come some sort of understanding.
Tell you what, I'm gonna stand up straight because I'm sure that I was hunched over in a feral pose. Flip my daggers over my fingers and kind of resheath them. I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm assuming he's probably much bigger than I am.
Yeah, like you got to look up. He's the height of a Wookiee.
So I'm gonna walk up and just kind of put my hands on my hips and look up at him, just completely fearless. Like, you give me one of those cigars and we'll talk.
He kind of looks down at you, blows a puff of smoke in your face, and reaches and pulls out a cigar and hands you one. Says, "Let's talk. I feel like we might be able to both come out on an upside here. You get to live, and me find potential leak in my ranks."
Fair.
And with that, we're going to cut to the other half of the party.
Flawless. So glad to be here.
Are you going to tell him that the leak is himself?
No. No, we don't say these things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just me and Delta doing our thing.
So,
Okay.
did you see the picture of the room that I had?
I did look at that lovely picture.
Yes.
We're counting on you guys to actually get the gem.
We're trying. We're trying to keep the last shred of the campaign alive.
We're providing sufficient distraction.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Alter. Do you know how to get this thing out? Setting off all the alarms?
Well, alarms. You say alarms. Alarms are off, honestly. Have been for 15 minutes, easily. This, though, I may be able to do something about this.
Wait,
Chance,
what
I
do you
would
mean
very
the
much
alarms are off?
like.
What was that?
I say, you see, though Arden has been working very hard, there are corpses, there are laser blaster fires, grenades, elevator is jammed. Every guard in building is on alert. Do not worry about alarms.
I'd like not to let them know where we are at the moment, though. Give me a second. I think I can take these down.
So I'm going to read some flavor text to you guys.
Please do. I would love some flavor text.
So, displays line the walls, giving information in several languages on the history and uses of Karaska gems. Images and replicas of jewels and clothing incorporating the gems are also displayed in cabinets, though the limitations fail utterly to match the fiery shimmer of the real thing. Only a small table to one side of the room is a black marble plinth upon which sits the jewel of Yavin, and even in the murky half-light of the darkened museum, it shimmers with the fierce inner light.
Very nice.
GM.
Mm-hmm.
This thing. Oh yeah. First off, vigilance. I want to do a danger check around me. Like, are there any threats I've noticed or anything like, panels that look like a turret's gonna and it would start turning me into an X delta?
No, there's nothing. And you don't need to roll for that. You don't see
Okay.
anything. There are what you identify as electro railings that encircle the gem.
Okay. Delta will hook up to a panel around the area and a terminal, and she is going to like just take a little wire and shove it in. Okay, Chimera. Do you think you can shut off the security in the area? And Chimera is going to give it her best shot if possible.
Okay. So she's hacking from the outside in, right? 'Cause
Yes.
you're not plugged into a terminal. So for her,
Well, no, I'm plugging into a terminal for her. Basically, I'm routing it through me.
Opens a local shell on your own brain.
yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. It's going to be
It's technically speaking a data pad, but yeah.
it's going to be 4 purple,
Okay.
and you're going to have 2 setback dice added to your check.
I will use the back door that what was it? That Arden has been supplying. Is that possible?
Since he's not here, no.
Calmly.
Okay.
He would actually need to be there to actually see the code and kind of walk you through it. So you're relying strictly on your sister at this point.
In that case,
Especially with Lobot starting to like shut down a lot of the code and hacking.
I feel like I need to kill this Lobot person.
yeah. Should I burn a force die?
We will
can
never
canonically.
leave this. We will never leave this moon alive.
Do we have a momentum die?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I would
Please
like
don't
to-
burn the force token. I might need that.
Okay, I'll use the
Well, I'm
momentum
thinking,
die.
I got a plan for it.
Here we go. 3 failures, but 4 advantages.
Jesus,
Wow.
that's a lot of dice.
So
I got an idea what I want for the advantages.
and you can and some examples of like a 3 no, that's not advantage, that's successfuls. Yeah, I was just trying to find some. Go ahead.
I think what ends up happening is Chimera is a little dumb gremlin, and she starts hacking, notices Lobot is in the system trying to stop her. And rather than continue to try to stop the security, she proceeds to start like hacking a bunch of shit and like basically starts going like mad, like causing haywire and chaos everywhere around the place as much as possible. Basically trying to distract him.
Okay.
So her constant meddling would reduce or negate his
Yeah,
complications for Arden.
I would say that will give, since there's 4 of them, you have potentially up to 4 boost dice that you can use.
Okay.
You can spread them out if you wanted.
Chimera?
Shut up, having fun. Sprinkler systems activating.
Overflow the
stop.
toilets.
Ah, the foam.
somewhere in the little cafeteria room, the blender goes. Well, Chimera is unfortunately napping. So she's not going to be available at the moment. You know, little kids have to get their sleep every now and then.
Is fine.
Mhm.
As Altor approaches the central display,
Mm-hmm.
I have a number of questions I wish to ask you as Altor begins his examination.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, all of the other display cases were mounted with various impressive security features
Mm-hmm.
that may, immediately set off alarms at a bare minimum, and for many, shock rails and able to project substantial force upon contact. Which of these features can he identify on this case?
You don't have to roll for this one. You identify the electro railings.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll for me. Is there an inspection type thing?
Yeah. I have a mechanics. I love rolling that. I have a perception as well, if you want to put it on that.
Roll perception. It'll be 4 purple.
I'm in there.
Very nice.
I'm quite glad to pull 1 success out of a 4 purple.
What you actually notice is the gem is held up by these 3 metal prongs at both the top and the bottom of it. And you actually can notice in the kind of the lifts or these clamps is this small drilled hole that has actually a micro transceiver in it. So the gem itself doesn't have anything, but if you take the base or the stand, they'll be able to track it.
Good to notice. Second important question. This is where we get to the fun part. I believe long ago you mentioned to
Galaxy
me
far, far away.
that's where we are. We're in there. Long ago you mentioned to me that the variety of crystal that the jewel actually is an incredible refractor of blaster fire.
Sure. I don't remember that, but it's been a while.
It has been a while. That was months ago now.
Yeah.
Altor is a simple man with a complicated toolkit. And he knows things about people when they go to design a measure. They'll think pretty well about, preventing unauthorized entry and controlling atmosphere and all sorts of things. They may not think about somebody trying to infiltrate blaster fire into the case. Not to destroy the case, but to shoot into something very interesting in the middle.
Okay.
I would like, and I'll flip a force token,
Okay.
to find a way to take his blaster pistol that he salvaged, aim it at the jewel, have the jewel refract the concentrated light of the blaster, and blow open the case from the inside.
So I did a poor job at describing. It's not in an enclosed case. It's open air. You could reach out and touch it if you wanted.
Hell, what's stopping me from doing that? Are the electro rails physically in the way?
It's just a circle that goes around. So it's just like a metal rail that goes around the gem.
All right, that is too suspicious by far. I would like to roll a separate check for my previous one examining for those security features, if
Okay.
you deem it necessary.
No, you're familiar with your background in heist. Electro rails are designed to act as a deterrent. Usually museums use them in a way to where it gives a warning of someone who's trying to touch a piece of artwork, or like it may flash a big red sign that says do not touch, keep arms and hands inside the vehicle at all times, things of that nature. Museums typically have a countermeasure to it, to where if someone does not comply, depending on how it's set up, could deliver a deadly shock. Most
these
museums don't want to
simply-
kill you, though, so it would probably just incapacitate.
Yes. But in this case, the ring does not fully obscure access to the jewel.
Nope.
And in my examination, I don't uncover anything else. I look up to the ceiling immediately above the gem. I've looked closely at the prongs holding it in place. I understand there's a transponder
Electro
in
rails
them.
at the top, electro rails at the bottom.
And the function of the electro rails, is it merely touching the rails themselves, or is it projecting
It's essentially
a barrier in between them?
When you break the threshold, is when essentially it goes up and releases an electric
Gives you the
shock.
jolt.
Yep.
Such fun. All right.
In the electro rails, does the electrical shock coming from a direction?
Think of it as just like a force field that will just go in a circle around. But it's like just an electric wall that will generate when someone breaks the threshold. It'll give you like a 1 second warning before.
All right. How high is the ceiling?
"15 feet we'll go with.
Shit, that's pretty high.
Do you need my help with anything?
You see these electro rail systems, they are they're pretty good, but if you can ground top and bottom, cannot generate force field. I'll flip a token to make that true if necessary, or roll skullduggery or something, but that seems like a pretty logical way to stop something that's projecting significant electrical force. Take the two ends and ensure they're the same voltage. You're not going to get any transfer. How do you feel about that, Chance?
I would say that you're trying to short circuit. Is that what you're trying to do?
It's not quite a short. That would be providing it a path between the two. But this is more, I'm going to connect both of them separately to ground. And that means that any excess voltage is going to cause a current to flow from the electro rail end to the connected ground rather than to the other electro rail.
And what equipment are you using to do this?
I have what I brought with me, which is fairly minimal, and Utini. So I'm going to salvage stuff from all these displays and cables around here. Just establishing a ground connection shouldn't take much more than a conductor.
And I will use my cybernetic strength to rip up anything he needs.
No,
Like there's a cable. Like, man, there's a cable here I could really use. Got it. Crunch. Rip.
Yeah, no, I like that. You start going around to like the other exhibits displaying clothes, and you're just tearing the frames down, bending them into different pieces. Yeah, no, that you can make something like that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, perfect.
I'd like to apologize in advance to every one of the Ocean's movies because this is not that.
This is not that.
Just brutalizing this poor place.
This whole
It's a
place
brutal
is
smash
just
and
a
grab.
brutal, destroyed bloodbath.
Uh-huh.
So,
Old
It's
China
supposed to be
shop,
elegant.
the Utini, I make mechanics checks and I add boost dice for the skill to it. So, how you want me to roll this? Basically, that's what I'm going to try to do.
Yeah, it'll be a mechanics check.
Okay.
And I'll say difficulty-wise, since you guys are working together, and because it's such a creative way of shorting it out, I'll go with a 2 purple.
I appreciate it.
And it's not really shorting it out. You're trying to ground it.
Yeah, I'm trying to give them both their own paths to ground so they can't project anything
You
on me.
do have bonus dice from Cranky as well.
Okay. I think this is worth a bonus dice. What do you guys think?
I feel like we'll
I'm
probably
down.
have enough. Like it's 2.
I
And you're pretty
love
good with
having
mechanics, right?
extra advantage. I got 2 yellow on my mechanics, but, you know, I just really want to walk
Okay.
out of here with this
A boost.
jewel.
A boost, sure.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Yeah.
2 successes and advantage. All right.
Now we're talking. I mean, the jewel is the goal, after all.
We're ripping the insulators off of display cables. I pass one over to Delta and get her to attach it up at the ceiling. It goes up with a grapple hook. Altor's down. He's whistling. He's just gently edging jury-rigged little conductor coil up to the edge. And he says, okay, now it will probably not kill me. Delta, if it kills me, do not try to get Gem. Just go on about your business.
1 second. I need to roll a force die from Delta's morality towards you.
Mhm.
Okay, Delta's going to let you do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip a one of my force dice.
Of course. Just for reasons. Don't worry about it.
No, the sprinkler system in this room has started to go off, coating the grounds and everyone in it in water.
So
Not my fault this time.
Sprinkler goes off. Delta sees that. Grappling hook immediately to the ceiling and it pulls herself off the ground.
So, the way that water's conductivity works is fresh water is a lot less likely to kill you. It's a lot less likely to conduct electricity, even though it has a better conductivity rating than salt water. The breakdown of salt in salt water allows it to form a conductive path in a very interesting way. And because it has a literal cable going to ground, it has a very, very viable path to ground compared to whatever it could get from electro rail to water to Altor to ground. So, even so, he's going to very quickly move to get the jewel before it forms large puddles.
This sounds
worry.
more Star Trek than it does Star Wars.
This is the first time I've had to use the rules for conductivity of water since I got my degree. This will be the first practical application.
And who said you would never learn or use this in school?
That's right.
It's paying off. It's all paying off.
Oh, Mr. Midnight redeemed a setback complication die.
Thank you for adding more spice to my life. He's not obligated to use that right now, but he might.
So you're gonna go in and grab the gem?
I'm going. Yeah, right now, quickly.
What's your? I'm seeing what there is. I'll give you either athletics or coordination.
I think I'll take the athletics.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll an athletics check for grabbing the gem, the chances of the coil shorting out, and just the whole situation of some sort of failure.
Some
happening.
terrible miscalculation.
Right.
All right. Tell me my purples.
I'm going to go with, let me double check. I'm thinking 2, but Yeah, 2 is average, so we'll go with an average.
Okay. Here we go. 0 successes, 1 threat.
Uh-oh.
So in the process, you didn't get any failures. So you managed to actually grab the gem.
Hey!
You do actually receive a small shock, but it's not the full force of the shock.
Wonderful.
So instead of taking 10 strain, you will take 2 strain.
Wonderful. He grabs it, he steps, he just brushes a little too close. He goes, ah. They have sprung for multiple cathode version. Not so bad. Only 200
Seems
volts.
like sorry that the water's probably my sister's doing. She swings out towards the door.
Is okay. Is okay. At least it was not foam. Many museums, they have foam system instead.
Oh, I love the foam systems. Well, mostly with capturing people. I did accidentally suffocate a person once with it, though. Stopped using it after that.
This does happen. We would also be unable to move and apprehended.
Yes, true. Well, flex, maybe.
I would be apprehended.
So you have the gem.
I
And we're
I
going
take a moment to look at it.
So we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay.
Allow everyone grab a bio, refill drinks.
Mm.
And then
All good.
we'll be back in, say, 5 minutes.
Works for me.
All right, 5-minute break. Go. And we're back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we went to break, Altor, you were inspecting the gem.
I had stopped to look at the Jewel of Yavin for just a moment on the way out.
It is the size of your fist. And your fist is nothing to laugh at.
I got a big fist.
Yeah. So I know this gem is massive. And you find it interesting is that even though there is no like direct light shining on the gem, it's giving off this sort of like dim illumination.
He rotates it slightly. This one deserved better security.
Really?
Well, I suppose I should say once we are out of building. If we die here, this one has adequate security.
Fair enough. Mind if I take a look at it real quick?
Ah, sure.
He runs.
She like takes it. Mine now. She like takes it and looks at it, and like she inspects it. GM, given what we talked about at the beginning of the campaign, that's still something I kind of have in the back of my mind with Delta. Do you remember it?
No. Let's
it's
go. Let's
core.
Is this the betrayal moment?
Right?
Oh,
Here, we're gonna do this real quick.
You can tell Altor was really just here for the thrill because he didn't think about that very long.
yeah.
Hold on. Let's do this. We're gonna go back to BRB. We're gonna switch rooms,
Oh, no.
and we're gonna discuss.
Excitement is coming.
All right. If anyone's listening outside, of
I'm
the stream,
absolutely listening.
everyone mute the stream because I'm gonna talk to him on stream.
It's
Okay.
muted.
Okay.
All right, hold on. OBS. I have too many apps and not enough monitors. All right, so we're gonna put up the BRB screen. We're not really on break, but we're gonna be secretive, sneaky.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag you into the dungeon master room. Let's keep it
Secretive.
clean, people.
We're just gonna be chilling over here.
Typo, drag you down. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember.
She was originally made for a Force and Destiny game.
Yeah.
So we talked about her being Force sensitive, actually.
Yeah.
And the thing I was kind of going with was she was Force sensitive. She had a little bit of power.
Uh-huh.
She got the cybernetic arm, and she's lost her sensitivity a little bit because you lose a little bit when you get cybernetics. So I was wondering, given that she presumably still has Force sensitivity in her, does she sense anything weird coming from this gem?
Yes.
Okay. How would you describe that? Like,
you kind of just get this feeling, but you don't know what it is. Like,
okay.
This gem has history.
It's the same feeling she got whenever she would like leap extraordinary distances in the past. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's all I needed to know.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna move back.
And they're back.
You dirty rats were listening, weren't you?
I didn't look at nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Delta's expression goes from like one of like excitement and like humor, and the smile kind of fades for a moment.
Typo.
Turn your video
on. Back on. It killed it when we switched rooms.
It'd do that.
You fiend.
All right.
Okay, I should be on. So yeah, Delta originally has like this like excited expression, like we did it, we got this. Let me check it out. I want to see like the thing we got, and then like the smile kind of falls for a moment. She kind of like gets a look, like cocks her head like a dog. Huh. Okay. Altor, here.
He holds his hand back out.
She places it in your hand. I think there might be more to, There's something weird about that gem. We can talk later, though.
Sure. There's many things strange about this gem, I will tell you.
I think there might be something you don't even know about it, but...
Perhaps. For me is work. I do my research, I am content.
Fair
And
enough.
out the door we go.
All right. We are going to jump back to the vault.
I spark my cigar.
Okay. Hold on a moment. I'm going to flip that force token. And everyone in the room is going to start noticing the strobing of lights refracting
Yeah.
from the outside of the museum.
The laws here.
So Vorse looks outside the door, takes a drag of his stogie, takes a slow exhale, and says, well, I know how I'm getting out of this. Not sure if you have a plan, but time's a little bit of an essence. How about you tell me kind of what you may or may not know of someone I supposedly have?
Well, if you don't have him,
Well,
and we overheard you talking about
I've got a lot of people in my employ and a lot of people who may or may not owe me favors.
you got them all holed up in a big pit somewhere. We can go look, browse through like we're shopping.
I mean, we're not savages. We
Well,
most people work off what they owe me.
well, if we're going to talk, we got to get our crew out of here.
What do you have
I'll
in
make
mind?
you a deal. If you can get us out intact, still breathing, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Well, can't really help you with that because, see, my way out is I'm going to accuse everyone in this group as pretty much having tried to break in. So these guys, they're going to do time for me, and they have no problem with it.
Your purple crew here.
Yes, if you want to do time, and I guess I could spot a little bit of money to bail you out, but
How about this? I'm going to kind of lean up and like say, hey, come here. Like I'm trying to whisper to the guy.
he just stares at you.
Trust me.
Fella,
Why would he do that?
It's Ren.
Trust is in short supply right now. And unless you want
Look.
to try and roll for
Coercion.
no
Charm.
charm, diplomacy,
I'll try it.
negotiation, either or.
I'll try it. Say, what do you want? What do you want added to my roll?
3 purple.
3 purple. Oh my God. Killing me.
You just attacked him.
Should be worse.
One success, 3 threats.
So he actually he kind of leans down closer to you, and as he does, half of the group that had just unloaded on you, you kind of just hear them switch from like stun to kill on their pistols.
I'm going to actually look around at each one of them real quickly, just grinning from ear to ear. Make sure I kind of make eye contact with each one. I'm going to lean up and kind of whisper to the guy, like, see all these shitheads who just locked onto me when I leaned up to whisper to you? You know, we could put those purple coats on and dead men don't tell tales.
So you want to do the jail time?
Nah, I want to walk out with you and blame the ones that are lying dead at our feet for the job. We come out heroes. We saved the day.
You're not really familiar with the legal system around here. Things don't quite work that way.
We're all going to jail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be able to grease some palms and make things happen for myself, but pretty much everyone in this room is gonna be looking at least a few years' time.
That just
I will tell you though. I have heard from I have to interact with some of those unscrupulous types every now and then. I have heard from some people who may or may not supposedly scoped this place out. There is a chute from the museum that leads through a whole kind of underground steam tunnel system.
I see. And where might this entrance be?
It's not a garbage chute.
No.
It's a utility access. I don't know. I believe I heard it's in a bathroom kind of corridor.
Oh, I think I know exactly where we're going.
Begins to remember.
I tell you what. Thank you. As far as the violence that just occurred, we're square. My bad. I will say you, and you, we're probably going to talk later. But we're cool.
Rin is such a powerful negotiator. Opens hostilities, kills 3 men, and then gets to decide when they're square.
So, no, I'd appreciate it. What may you know about? What led you to believe I have this friend of yours?
Well, here's the thing. Right now, I've got one bargaining chip to my name. And I'm going to pull out his business card and hold it up. I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to come find you. And we're going to have that discussion. And I will tell you all you want to know. But right now, I got to get me and mine out of here. You gave me a solid. That makes me and you solid. I give you my word. As an honorable Nagai, I will not lie to you on this.
I'm going to hold you to that. I don't take kindly to people who break their words. I have a lot of men and friends of influence.
My entire culture is bent on honor. I assure you, I will not break my word.
Church, you're going to take some more obligation.
I already have a duty bound and oath and as obligations.
He's already 3 times the legal limit.
Yeah. I can't
I'll
hear
take
you
it.
when you're muted.
Dang it. Yeah, there isn't even a character sheet that holds that much obligation.
Yeah, and we're going to say 2 points of obligation for this.
That'll work. I'll take it.
All right.
So,
IG, what are you doing during all this?
Keeping my blasters primed on everyone in this room.
I'm actually like at that. I'm turning and like motioning to IG and Arden wherever he ditched off to. I'm sure I saw where he went.
Arden's still in the back or the bathroom or the shop. So
We should be walking
I
up
guess
right about now.
if we're backing out of the room, then IG will just rotate at the hips and walk out of the room, keeping the guns trained on everyone in the room.
As Arden joins us, I'm gonna kind of tap my ear at him and be like, "Get the others. We got to gather. Let them know where we're at."
We're gonna have a team huddle in the bathroom.
Man, why don't you tap your ear? Why don't you just call them on your comm?
Funny story.
as I'm catching up with these guys and I'm walking out, mentioning over the comms. All right, guys, the law's here. We are out of here. We've got to go. Head to the back room.
Okay.
Meaning that we all know where the back room's at.
Yeah. All right.
Tell them where the Roomba exits.
Roomba exits.
Yeah, tell them where the Roomba exits.
So,
Altor know what you're talking about.
Great, we're going out the Roomba exit. Okay. Hey, sis.
Yeah, Delta?
You got the car ready? You got a ride ready? Like, is somebody hooked up to bring that here?
I don't know. The DM's gonna have to tell me.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I was reading up on something.
So a while ago, I was making sure to get like an escape vehicle ready for us,
Mm-hmm.
and you said you had an idea or something. You had something for that.
Yep.
So she's just calling her sis like, "Hey, we're going to be getting out of here. Just wanted to let you know we're going to be taking that vehicle. Give me coordinates on where I'm supposed to pick it up or whatever."
All right. It's waiting outside.
Okay.
It's parked in an alley about a block down from the museum.
Okay. Well, let's get going. There's a vehicle waiting for us about an alley not far from here.
So we just need to get up to that location again, which we're already on that floor, aren't we?
Yeah, it was on the first floor.
Yeah, so we're on that floor. You guys are we all on the first floor?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we all know where we're gathering then.
All right.
In the utility hall.
Okay.
So
everyone finds themselves in this bathroom.
All right. So where's this utility chute? He said there's a utility chute we can get out to some steam tunnels here. We gotta find it quick.
Remind me the size of the utility chute, Chance.
It actually it's large enough for everyone to get into. I call it a utility chute, but it really is a garbage chute. It's just a really nice and spacious garbage chute.
It does lead to the trash compactor.
There's steam vents, and you become the steam.
Yeah. No, I mean it's large enough to where everyone in the party could get in.
Mm-hmm.
I go first.
Altar waves. He bids you lead.
I'm down the chute.
Okay. So it's
Arden follows suit.
I am going to say, as you look through, it's not like a slide.
Oh.
It's you're going to need to try and climb down. It's like a drop. And
How wide?
I would say
How
that
far?
it's large enough that it's far enough to where you can't see down.
No, how wide? How wide?
I'd say it's
Like,
large enough
can I
for
grip?
1.5 people. Yeah, it's large enough to where you could do that slide down type maneuver.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay.
I look to Arden. Gonna need some help?
No, I think I got this. As he jumps through.
Do we need to make any rolls for this?
He's got his James Bond outfit on, man. He's set.
It's going to be a 3 purple athletics check.
Of course it is.
Athletics.
Or you know what? If you take your time. No, it'll still be 3.
Coordination.
Can I add another strain to reduce some of that penalty?
No, but a strain might allow you to grapple to keep from falling if you slip.
So here, I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
It's not really coordination so much because it is straight athletics because you're
0 successes, 3 advantages.
So you will say you start climbing down. You get down far enough for someone else to get in, and you kind of just choke a little bit, and you just start going even slower. So you've delayed. We'll say your 0 successes has added maybe 10 minutes to the party getting down. Who else wants to roll? Who's going after Ren? Urban, you're muted.
Art.
I guess
Arden.
Arden was next.
All right. 1 success, 1
Hey.
threat.
Better than the previous guy, I guess.
Initiative computer athletics. Wow.
That might speed me up a little.
All right.
Initiative computer athletics combined, still only 2 green.
Who's going next?
Delta will look to IG. IG, you're looking pretty. No offense, IG, but you're looking kind of shit right now.
I am also very shiny and not very frictiony.
Agreed.
So I can't slide or climb gracefully down this tube. I was kind of hoping to go last and then just kind of bomb it and stick the landing because machine supremacy.
Tell you what. Why don't you? If you're willing to work with me with just machine supremacy here, I've got a grappling hook, and I can rappel us down pretty easy.
That's pretty cool too.
But before I do that, got this from my cybernetic if I ever bust it. But she pulls out something that you'd probably know called a emergency repair patch.
Okay.
Do you trust me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and she will apply the emergency repair patch, and some nanobots will begin like fixing and repairing your body. Restore 3 wounds,
Thank you.
and I will delete my repair patch.
As they're doing this, can I do something, Chance?
Yeah.
Altor, he's a hefty boy. We've been over this. While they immediately leapt into the utility chute, assuming that, they're just going to have to strong arm their way down at spider climb, Altor takes a moment to examine the interior wall of the chute, the one that faces the bathroom, which would be the one most likely to have the rungs of an access ladder or other features set into it.
In this case, you wouldn't find anything like that because it's not meant for people to come up from.
That there
But
is
if
no
I flip a
safety
force
in
token,
Star
is
Wars.
there?
There's no safety in Star Wars. Don't you remember the Death Star?
Yeah, I'd probably decline that one just because it would be a real big security flaw to have a ladder coming up from the wind corridor into this unsecured bathroom.
That's fair. May I propose an alternative?
Sure.
It is just a trash chute. It's not built for maximum durability, and often such chutes are paneled rather than incredibly long sections.
True.
Let me say it's constructed such that Altor can simply kick in the bottom of every panel to create a lip he can place his foot on the top of the next. And he does this on the way down.
Yeah. I'll allow you to flip one for a story element like that. I'm okay with that.
Beautiful. There we go. Whatever effect that has on my rolling, you dictate. But I will now proceed down while they are doing their thing.
You don't have to roll.
Beautiful. Altor is making these enormous clunking sounds that kind of diminish into the distance, but he says, "You see, where is no ladder becomes ladder."
Various panel parts are falling on
Yeah.
Arden and Ren.
Yep.
A screw, like an occasional screw pops out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
At this point, I'm used to this.
Machinery rains from the sky wherever Altor proceeds.
So Ginkgo and Delta, you're going after Altor?
Yeah. I'm just
You-
going to secure a hook.
You now have footholds to climb down with.
Okay.
Well, footholds make it easier. I can
Yeah.
follow footholds. Probably.
Seems good. Do you want to go on your own then?
Sure. Yeah, I can do this.
Okay, I'll cover
Confident.
the back, and I think as they were like moving through to the places, Delta was like freezing some of the like doors shut, essentially.
Okay.
They're like slow progress of anyone trying to get it in.
Okay. All right.
Were you supposed to have like a blue or something?
You don't have to
Oh
roll.
no, is
for
it
that.
reduced by 1?
What?
I'm
Oh,
not.
did I do it wrong?
No, I'm not. You don't
I
have
just
to
took
roll.
off a purple. I just took off a purple as my kind of
Oh,
bonus
okay.
for the footholds.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. I'm gonna just let you guys. You guys are gonna be able to safely get down now that there's a makeshift ladder.
Yeah. Delta holds the position for a little bit and then proceeds to go down and then close the thing behind them.
Okay. As you close the thing, I'm going to say if there's a chance security comes in here, they're still going to hear the cling, clang, cling, cling, clang of metal pieces falling as Eltor kicks out. I'd say probably after a good 10, 15 minutes, you reach actually the bottom of the garbage chute, and it opens into this large, massive tunnel, which is the wind corridors. It's hot. What's
Who
up,
came in last? Who came in last?
Delta?
Delta.
Delta, did you shut the lid?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't want them following us down here, preferably.
All right then. So, how many ways out of this landing are there?
Eh,
What do you mean?
several hundred per block.
I mean, from the where we're standing, is it tunnels leading every direction, or
From where you're standing, it's just you can go left or right. It's just a straight shot from the tunnel that you're in. It is a massive tunnel. I'd probably say it's like 2 people high.
well?
So I mean, you can
One of-
safely drop down, but it's gonna be kind of a drop and roll type situation.
And do I see that Altor is still holding the gem?
I was about to say, now that we're here at the bottom of the ladder, Altor takes a moment to check it and then firmly secure it once more in his cargo pants pocket.
So Altor did his part. He's got the gem. IG and I did our part. There's lots of dead people. Arden, you did your part. You computered things. Delta, you used your grappling hook and gave me a bomb. You're good. Do any of you know how to navigate underground?
This, I would say, could be a mix of Underworld.
I have a little bit of that, but Altor, being level-headed, says, we should not need to navigate very far. We just need to proceed up next available tunnel to surface level.
Which way? We don't want to come up inside another building.
It is very likely that we will.
Wait. I've grown up on Bespin. I know exactly where we're going.
Oh, we'll lead on then.
Well, that's convenient.
As a youth, he ran the wind tunnels.
I'm going to.
All right.
This is where you guys came to hang out when you were ditching class in high school.
That's where they're doing.
That was like last week.
That's where they were
I'm
down
gonna-
there doing their spice.
I'm going to come up to Arden and kind of put my arm around him and pat him on the shoulder and. Good job. I'm gonna look back at IG and be like, "See, I told you we didn't have to kill him."
This one has purpose.
So,
And the look of horror on Arden's face is like,
Arden, you'll know from growing up here that the kind of the central wind corridor of Cloud City. It's a large open space, and it's actually required to stabilize Bespin. So there's these corridors go. There's going to be multiple tunnels that kind of spider out all throughout Bespin, both at each level to kind of help both with maintenance and to keep it steady.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm trying to lead us all out to the nearest exit that we can find. And as I'm leading everyone out, I'm saying, careful now. This is the part we do not want to ruin or destroy or damage or anything. It just needs to work.
As you
Altor is eyeing the walls with renewed interest, but he doesn't comment.
So
As
what you're
he's saying this, he looks back and sees Ren and IG kind of peeling away at a tile.
So what you're saying is, if I break this, there's no witnesses to our heist.
Ooh, I like the way you're thinking.
You break this, there may not be any way to survive the heist.
Let's
That's right.
just run to a spaceship really
And,
quick.
and you now become terrorist.
At this point.
IG,
I
we
mean,
have
somebody has to
discussed.
prove that we did it.
We have
before we get that
discussed
title.
before various scales of galactic crime. We
No,
wish
fine,
to
we won't-
remain
we won't break it.
firmly in the third rank.
And this is how the party changes the lore of the original trilogy forever.
Let's see.
There was no Han and Carbonite.
No, everything's changed. Here, I'm gonna give myself a roll here. I'm giving myself 3 purples.
Mhm, mhm.
Huh. Why don't we get to the ship first, and then maybe we can fire some rockets down here? Surely, in that amount of chaos, I mean, they're not going to pay attention to a little ship flying away.
Again,
IG,
scale, scale.
That's decent. I mean, there's what 100 people on Bespin. We're fine.
Even if we survive, we will not survive.
Yeah, I have to agree with Altor on this one.
I mean, I guess. Okay.
It's not
Fine,
sporting
fine.
blowing up the whole planet.
Let's get out of here, and then maybe we can discuss it on the ship.
Yes. Besides, Tosh is still here somewhere, more likely than not.
Yeah.
Blowing
Actually,
up the
we
whole
do have an
station isn't
obligation.
very sporting anyway.
By the
Before we're going anywhere, we need to go here. I pull out my card.
What, did you have business meeting while I was gone?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, there was some blaster fire and a little bit of.
Aggressive negotiation.
That's exactly it. I am so glad you're my friend.
No, I know this is called hut negotiation, hut business meeting.
Well, I mean, there weren't any huts, really.
Is figure of speech.
I
Look at the
Usually,
card going, what is that?
I'll let him look at it.
usually, if body count is below 5, is business meeting.
I think we breached 5. Pretty sure.
There is a minor scuffle.
No, I think we're well into maybe the 7 or 8 range
Ooh.
today. Today. That's a good one for us.
This is not
I
bad.
kind of lost count, which is impressive for a computer.
Oh, did you?
This is upgraded to hostile negotiation.
I mean, the last one was mine, IG. I get to notch my knife. You get the next one.
excuse me.
Does it really count if the oncoming fire killed it?
Well, I
Excuse me,
mean, I was holding him on my knife. Technically,
You did kind of put him into the oncoming
I
fire.
did,
I'll give you that one.
that was
Delta has question about knifing. Delta,
Sorry.
Delta.
As I'm
you mind?
leading them out.
Yeah, okay. I was like, can we walk and talk?
Oh yeah, we always were.
okay, just making sure.
So as you actually walk and make your way down this corridor, you actually stop suddenly as you hear a loud kind of clang and a plop shortly down the hall from you. And you actually notice there's actually garbage that's dropping down from different corridors as you make your way through the tunnel. You may want to proceed cautiously, or else you risk
Mhm.
being domed by different various means of garbage.
Poop. He mean to
I
say
see.
poop.
Well, I am not going to proceed cautiously because what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my hand above my left hand above my head, and I'm going to activate my shield like a rain, like a fucking umbrella.
So you lead the way.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I think Arden probably still needs to be leading us somewhere in particular.
Guiding him, but yeah, that sounds like I'm like huddling close as possible behind him.
Actually, this is a great idea, Delta. I'm going to walk up and just kind of casually put my arm around Delta's waist and hang out underneath there with him.
Altor will simply watch the skies.
Delta's shield starts to shrink and it's edging you out. Oh, sorry. The battery's dying.
That's okay. I'll just squeeze in closer.
None may stop him.
I'm gonna let this happen.
Looks at Altor like, you gonna stop him or am I going to have to shoot him?
It is best to be direct with Rin.
Ren,
What?
Ren, please
Yeah.
stop hugging me.
Well, the shield got kind of small, and I don't know. Can you make it bigger?
I can only make it big enough for me, I'm afraid.
I don't know. That's just selfish. He'll walk
I'm
off.
sorry. You've technically never seen her get her shield large enough to cover you. She's not lying.
I'm gonna
as
walk
far as
up.
You know.
I'm gonna walk off and put my arm around Arden instead. Arden likes me.
It's more of
You
an
would think-
infatuation, but that's all right.
To Delta, Altor is saying, you would think that he would not be quite nearly so good at this as he is, but Rin, he simply finds his way around anything, you can say.
But
This
getting under
adventure.
people's skin or killing people? I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Oh, I like getting under people's skin.
If you examine these, they are the same job.
Just like raises a finger into the air, lowers it. There.
All right, GM, how long is the
So-
screen wipe here?
I was gonna say at this point you actually reach this larger open tunnel, and as you enter the tunnel, you kind of continue your progress. This tunnel that you enter into, it gives you, so it's another like 20-foot kind of circle, and this is where it's kind of the spine of where these wind tunnels kind of connect. So there is a lip that goes around in a circle. You do kind of catch some movement from the ceiling, and you notice tucked into a crevice along the side of the gantry about 20 feet away, you see a number of small furry bodies. They appear to be winged creatures not more than a foot long from their wide snouts with feathered tails. The creature seems mainly docile, but some of them look set to take flight, posturing with open maws, needle-like teeth, barred as their wings slowly stretch.
Do I know what these are from being down here?
If you want to take a xenology check, you haven't ran into these before, but you might have recognized them from schooling and such.
Okay. Boost die from living down here?
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Do I maybe
And-
recognize one from running it over during the race?
You did not run one of these over in the race.
Okay.
How many purple is this?
3 purple.
I failed.
Okay.
I failed.
All right.
You recognize these as rocks.
Rocks. Okay.
You know that they're likely younglings of the rocks. You know that they're kind of aggressive by nature, and with these being younglings, there's the risk of parents nearby that might be upset.
Okay. All right. So as I point that out to the group, telling them to watch out for the adults, do not disturb the wildlife.
Oh,
Yeah. You
and I
also
was
know that
just
they,
about.
you know, they release a screech that stuns their prey.
I was just about to point my finger at them and go, "What is that?"
That's why I wanted to jump in before you could talk.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep quiet around them. Don't startle them. They'll knock your senses out. You'll be stunned for a while.
So it's like Altar's breath in the morning.
Just
This is why I gargle with Ugnaught spit in late morning.
So now I'm picturing us doing the Scooby-Doo like tiptoe walk.
Do, do, do.
So around this circle, there is actually a ladder that can be used to go up and down. So you can ascend or descend to different levels on Bespin.
okay.
All right.
As well as there being 2 other tunnels that branch off if you were to circle around. The rocks are kind of scattered around the circle if you were to go to the other tunnels, as well as you notice they are kind of stretched out along the wall, leading both up and down, kind of opposite of where the ladder is.
I'm going up the ladder.
Yeah, I'm trying to lead everyone out, so I'm assuming that we want to go up.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
true. I have
That's
a
where we're
feeling we'll
going.
be rolling several checks.
Yeah, there's. Let me do a quick Google, unless you know the rules for a group check, Urban.
I don't think I've ever rolled a group check.
I believe there is a group check. Group stealth. Is there some sort of guidelines?
We just combine all our abilities in one massive roll.
Yeah.
If you succeed, all right. Extra successes on stealth check may be used to aid any allied character who is making a similar stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
So stealth rolls.
Let's have them.
What do we add?
You're not necessarily trying to hide from these creatures, but you're just trying to progress solely to come off as not intimidating and to kind of not rustle these things. Because of the nature of where they're at, and some of them have already taken notice to your presence, it'll be a 3 stealth check.
3 purple.
Gotcha. Remind me what's in the middle.
A big hole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No failures.
No failures, so you don't trigger them, but you don't get to help any of your friends.
Your poor fellows.
Arden has a success and an advantage, so we'll say 1 success is fine. The advantage can be used to give a boost to a friend, or if you want to hold on to it to use if you need to attack these things, you can hold on.
I think we'll hold on to it right now.
All right, who's next?
I think that was everybody.
I think I need to roll stealth.
Oh, yeah. So does Altor, I think.
I do,
Okay,
but I was going to wait till the end because Altor would wait till the end to go.
So let's see. 2 failures, 1 triumph.
That's an odd one.
That's a
Yeah.
weird roll.
Did that
Yeah.
on purpose,
Yeah.
didn't you?
The triumph actually is that count as 2 or 3 successes.
It counts.
1.
as
It's already
success.
factored in.
Yeah.
I got 3 failures and 1 triumph, so the triumph canceled out one of the failures.
Did
So it
Okay.
fails, but something else good happened.
Something unusually good happens,
I
but
failed to
not
do what
success.
I'm trying to accomplish, and I succeed in another way, I guess.
So
He clangs the stairs, but doesn't disturb them.
yeah, that's how I'm gonna play that off with the triumph. Is it's going to actually create a setback for Altor.
Okay.
Uh,
All right, Altor, your stuff better be good.
yeah. So you didn't trigger an attack now, but you've woken some of them that were sleeping. So there's more of them that have kind of woken up, start stretching their arms, baring their teeth.
I like that. I like that choice. That's a nice roll.
Nice.
So, my
It's one of
friends,
those. So everybody kind of looks back down the ladder at you.
Altor is wincing. He has the smallest amount of stealth possible.
You got this.
I
feel
wish
like-
to use a force token, and I wish to use it in the following way. Altor reaches deep into the other cargo pants pocket and pulls out his last packet of squibs. A meaty aroma begins to immediately fill the otherwise dank and trashy tunnel.
Is this the best time for snacking?
The rocks take notice instantly. They're used to trash. This, by their standards and by Altor's, is treasure. He is going to fling them to the opposite side and then progress as best as he can to the ladder.
I'm going to let you upgrade a green on your stealth to a yellow from that.
Okay. Guess what I have? 1 yellow.
How many green do you have?
1.
Oh,
Like I said, he has the smallest amount of stealth possible. I was really hoping for more.
there is a bonus dice from Cranky as well.
I'll need it.
Go ahead and
What's
use
my
it.
purple?
3.
Yeah, 3 purple.
Okay. This is going to go so poorly. Yep. Even with my offerings of squib.
You start
You
to
fool, you've only enticed their appetite.
you start to climb the greasy, slimy body of the squib. Still kind of sticks to your hand, and you lose your hold on one of the rails.
My friend, I have 4 of those.
If you want to take a point of strain,
Uh-huh.
I will let you. I'll let you attempt another roll.
Okay. Point taken. I don't get the blue back, though, do I?
You do not.
Those consume.
Okay.
On the
I've got
plus
an
side,
idea.
I'm not making you add a setback.
I appreciate that.
You're going downstairs, right?
Uh,
Up a ladder.
It's a
It's
ladder.
up a ladder.
Oh, it's a ladder. Okay.
Well, if I've made it past, should I be rolling stealth or should I be rolling something else?
If at this point you want to be like GTFO versus the stealth part, I'll let you roll athletics.
That looks a lot better. I can roll some athletics.
Mhm.
You got 4 athletic arms.
Yes. One of them's a little greased up.
That's right.
0 successes, 1 threat. I'll take it.
Um,
I hope the squibs satisfy them.
I'm gonna say, you actually make it. You catch up to the group at the next air corridor.
Mhm.
But you can actually hear the screeches of these things kind of emanating below as more and more are waking up, kind of crying out for their parents.
Mhm.
It's probably best not to stick around.
Indeed. Altor is moving at a very rapid pace.
Yeah. I'll
All
be
4
scrambling-
arms are flying.
So
scrambling up the ladder.
yeah, you're in the next corridor. You make your way down this corridor. You actually reach another building where there's actually a ladder that you can climb up. This actually appears to be more of a maintenance entrance rather than a garbage chute
Mhm.
that leads up to kind of a grate in a floor.
Mm-hmm. It's much improved.
Push.
You make your way up.
Oh, yeah. I'm scrambling up.
Okay. So you get to the top. You reach this metal grate that it's heavy. It's kind of bigger than a manhole. Think of it as like if you're walking through New York and they have those big grates in the ground.
Yeah.
It's something like that. So it'll take a couple of you kind of balancing on the ladder to try and lift.
Since we're on a ladder, though.
Mhm.
So look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab hold of the top rung, right? And I'm going to lean back and put my feet on it, using the rung for support, and I'm just going to yoink that thing out with my legs.
Roll coordination for me with 2 purple. I just want to see if you fall.
0 successes, 1 threat, 1 triumph.
Ren did not skip leg day.
No.
You don't manage to get the grate to move. Because you said the triumph is canceled out on this dice roll, right?
No, there's no failures.
Well, yeah, the
Oh.
triumph cancels out the 1 failure.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
there's. Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then you get
But then doesn't the second triumph add it back?
there's not a
No, there's
second
only
triumph.
1 triumph. The triumph,
that the-
triumph counts
the
as success
hexagon?
and as an advantage.
Right.
Oh, is the
It's a
triumph
unique
not the hexagon?
piece.
How about if I add a strain as I just dig in hard?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
There, strain added.
All right.
Digging in hard, pushing with all my might.
You manage to lift the grate off. It kind of, you push it, it flips back, clangs open, and you're able to enter an alleyway.
Yeah. Yoink myself out and immediately like pull the daggers out and start looking around, getting my surroundings.
You find yourself face to face with 2 wing guard. And with that, we are going to call it a night for the week.
That's
At least
exactly what he would do.
At least I've got the knives out already.
It's a lifestyle, you know.
It is.
So,
It is.
thoughts? What are your thoughts for this session?
Loved it. Great session.
Very fun.
That was fun. Good time.
It was fun.
You guys
We only
like
killed
the
1
faster
person, I think.
pace, kind of how things are going versus
Mm,
yeah.
past, or
Yeah.
It's a good moment for the fast pace in the narrative.
okay?
It's successful. We won.
Jewel in pocket.
Jewel in pocket.
Lives intact.
We only
Ours.
murdered 1 person tonight.
That is true. And you didn't
Just
really
only
murder
one.
them.
Well, I mean, as I said with IG, my knife was in there when he died.
So
That's
it's like
how he
those-
keeps track.
It's your whole Legolas and Gimli moments.
Still counts.
All right. So
But yeah.
for tonight, who do you guys want to vote MVP? Start with you, Church.
Oh Lord. God. How about I'm gonna go with Altor tonight for actually getting the jewel. It was a toss up between him and Delta, but he's the one with it in his hand. So I'll go with Altor for keeping the level head and staying on task.
Thank you.
All right, Delta.
I will also throw in mine for Altor. The second one was Ren for the conversation. But I think the getting the mission objective probably gets the MVP.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same. I mean, the whole plan to short it out and grab it. I mean, I was still trying to figure out how to do it, and he just went for it.
Yoink.
All right. So your vote, Arden was.
Altar. Yep, Altar.
All right. I don't think we need to take Ginkgo and Altor's votes because we already got a majority. But who I'll give you a chance to say. Just know you're going to lose if it's anyone for other than Altor.
Well, that's not how democracy works, but thank you.
That's exactly how it works.
No, I'm the outnumbered party. That means my vote counts for more. But that said, I was going to vote MVP to Altor for science class in the
Right.
water conductivity lesson.
I learned something new.
Fair.
I did
Or you know.
also.
I have to go back and clip that whole section.
It was fun and exciting times. Thank you all. My vote goes to Delta for keeping us in suspense. We were like 70% of the way to a belief that you were about to take that gem and shoot me in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already called you the big bad guy there at the end.
Yeah, this is the betrayal moment.
So for requiring us to have a private but still on air DM conversation for perhaps the first time in the history of the channel, you get my vote.
Okay, thank you.
I do think that was. It might have been the first one.
Yeah, that is. Which is one of the great things I love about this game is you never know who's going to stab you in the back.
It's always an option.
Why's it got to be stabbing?
Stabbing is kind of your thing, isn't it?
I'm trying to foreshadow.
Uh-oh. Well, do those blades penetrate metal very well?
They're vibroblades.
It has piercing.
Super well.
So I appreciate everyone carving out time. Anyone who's tuning in, we have shifted our schedule ever so slightly due to some scheduling conflicts we have come up. For now, it's going to stay every other week, but we may end up shifting back to another. We'll just leave it for now. The next game session will actually be. Does July 2nd work for everyone?
Should.
It's the 4th of July weekend, but it's not the 4th of July. I just don't know if anyone has parties and stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah, July 2nd looks good for me.
Yeah, nothing on the second.
I'm assuming Typo's probably the one of us with the social life.
I'm good this Friday. I mean, next, second.
July, okay, 2nd, okay.
Okay.
So we'll do another Star Wars session. I'm really looking forward. I have some ideas where this is going to go, and really just to kind of lay the groundwork, there's going to be some new characters that you're actually going to have some chances to interact with. Some may be friends, some may be foes, and it's all going to be how you interact with them. Give some thought on how the hell you plan to get off the planet. Shit has gotten real.
Okay.
You have stolen the gem.
Can anybody fly?
Yes, we do have a pilot.
Yep,
Okay.
I am very good at that.
We did
That's
at
right,
least
you won
plan
that.
that far ahead.
We have a ship.
Yeah, we do.
That being said, you were not the most graceful in this in the theft. they may be shutting down a number of the ports.
This could happen, yes.
It's still stealth if everyone's dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fallout, the Star Wars edition. All right. Everyone for tonight will get 3 XP.
Hmm.
Altor, you'll get 5.
Oh, thank you.
Church, are you running games tomorrow?
Yeah. Tomorrow is back to Karen, I think.
Okay.
That sounds right.
And then
Yeah, so we're back to Karen.
Congrats, we got Karen, and then on the
Is Monday Conan?
no, because I'll be out of town. For Conan would be the 28th, but I'm going to be out of town that week, or
Okay.
the first
So-
half. So we're going to start Conan on the 12th.
Okay.
So there's time for you to actually get your character in the system, Church, since you blew us off on 0 session.
You'll love him, I promise.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. So yeah, I appreciate everyone joining, tuning in, and be sure to catch our other shows. All right.
Good night, everybody.
I lost
Good night.
OBS again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
How do you
Just
do
in
it?
time.
ending stream. I have too many apps. I have spreadsheets and cheat sheets and Discord. And what's this? A reward request screen. It's just
Everything going on.
I just hooked up a 3rd monitor, and now I need a 4th.
Oh my God.
Once
I'm
you
telling
make it
you,
to
never
3,
enough
the
monitors.
floodgates are open.
I did the 4th one for a while, and it's nice, except for that